Hmm. Checking for connections. Hello, YouTube. I am live on YouTube, waiting for connection on my Instagram. Hello, Facebook family. Hello, YouTube family. I am live on my YouTube. I'm having a bit of a challenge with my Instagram. Let me quickly check for the connection. Hello. Hey, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for joining in. Uh, this is Life Journey with Benedicta. I'm having a bit of a challenge with my um, Instagram. So just 1 minute, it's going to come back up. Okay, I think we're up now. Hello, Facebook. Stella Osai, thank you for joining in. Vicky, thank you for joining in. Finally, my Instagram is live. So hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram family. And hello, YouTube. So if you are watching me on YouTube, hello. Thank you for joining Live Journey with Benedicta. This is Live Journey. We are here late nights every Saturday. And what topic are we discussing today? But before we start today's topic, I want you to understand that Live Journey is a round table. You know, it's just a round table where we come every Saturday to talk about topical issues, to talk about issues generally surrounding us, the way we live our lives, the way we choose to live our lives, the challenges we face in our daily um, lives. How do we surmount these challenges? How do we handle them? And what are the take home lessons we get from events happening around us? And above everything, at the end of the day, we reach out to help each other in love. Life Journey is an empowerment program. We don't just come here to gist. Sometimes we come here to gist. Sometimes we come here, of course, gisting, learning from each other's experiences. But sometimes we also come here to help each other build our businesses. Okay? Female entrepreneurship, I am big on it. So we do all that here on Life Journey. So on today's topic, oh, I should pin the topic. Yes, today's topic is interesting. How do we deal with unromantic men? Unromantic men in a relationship. How do you deal? Okay? Be it in a dating relationship, be it in a marriage. How do you deal with such a situation? You know, some people might say, what's the big deal? As long as he has money, I'm good to go. It can be a big deal, especially if you are a romantic. You know, a lot of us, when we're dating, we started out as, you know, being very romantic with our partners. We were very romantic while the dating game was on. But as soon as it entered marriage, everybody dropped the romance one side and then just faced the main issue of the marriage, you know, the daily marital life, and we forgot about the romance. Now it can be easy for some of us, or for some people that are not romantics. You know, some people are not really romantic, but some people are romantic in nature. So if you happen to be in a relationship, or you happen to, you know, marry someone that is a romantic, and then overnight the person stops being romantic, it's going to bring a lot of strain in that marriage, because you might have married that person because when you guys were dating, he or she was very romantic. That was one of the thrills of the relationship. That was one of the things that made you say, this is the right person for me. And you went full swing into that relationship, only for the person to wake up one morning and the romance is gone, you know. So it can be bothersome. How do we deal with that romance? There was a lady that sent me a DM, well, series of DMs, then we moved to WhatsApp some months ago, telling me how she thinks she might, want to leave her husband, like file for a divorce. And the first thing I asked her, because she was like, how do I go about filing for a divorce? And the first thing I asked her was, why do you want to file for a divorce? And then she went on and on about how she was in a very romantic relationship. The husband was very romantic when they were dating, but 3 years into the marriage, he is no longer the person she married. He has changed. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't listen to her needs. You see, a lot of people might misunderstand a man not being romantic as not loving you. We have to understand that people have different love languages. People have different love languages. When I was much younger, when I was in the university, after my university, during my university, I had a boyfriend I dated that was very, very romantic. And I also dated somebody else that wasn't romantic. And I can tell you that was when I made up my mind that if I was going to get married to any man at all, if the man is not very romantic, Baba, I need to marry you. Simple. If you're not very romantic, I am not going to marry you. That is me. But some of my friends don't care. As long as he pays the bills, he picks up the bills, he takes care of them, he takes care of the children, they are good. But there are some of us that want you to go the extra mile. Buy us roses. Tell us 50 times a day or at least once every day that you love us. Tell us how you feel about us. Some women are like that. It means a lot to them. So if you are one of those men, that believe that, marriage, romance is for dating and it's no longer in the marriage, my dear, this message is for you. Anyway, the lady said what led her into the place she was in, that she thinks she might be needing a divorce, is because she believes in her heart that her husband no longer loves her because he stopped showing affection after they got married. What does she mean by affection? I asked her, are you people no longer intimate? She said no, that they are intimate, but it's not like before. So I'm like, what is not like before? And then she went on and on how he's no longer taking her out for dining. He doesn't look at her. He doesn't tell her she's pretty. She changes her hair 10 times. He doesn't even notice that she has changed her hair, that she believes he is seeing somebody else. So this thing that you guys might think is a joke, Baba, it's not a joke. It's a serious matter. Because if not properly handled, it can deteriorate further to the point where your other partner starts believing that you no longer love them. So I think it is important for me, I think it is important that you understand your partner's love language. Is it the type of person that will show you physical affection? Is it the type of person that will hug you every day or once a day? Is it the type of person that will peck you on your cheeks, tell you how much she loves you? Is it the type of person that will buy you roses, take you out on a drive, take you for a pedicure? Is it the type of person that will be interested in sitting down and chatting with you? Some men are not that interested in all of those things, while some are. So you need to understand your partner's love language. If not, you might be reading the wrong signals. Yes. And that was exactly what I told this lady, that she might be reading the wrong signals. What if he still loves you, but now the dynamics have changed? You guys are married. According to her, they have a son. So you people now have a child. There was no child in the equation before. There was no marriage in the equation before. He used to take you out on rides, take you for dining and all that. Now the marriage is there. Everything seems to have changed. And gradually you're beginning to think you no longer love me. This will not be Jan, this is not Naija. You can't just wake up, and that was exactly what I told her. You can't just wake up one morning and think you want to file for a divorce because 3 years down into the marriage, your husband is no longer romantic. So I begin to see this romance thing. We might say it's an Oyinbo man's thing, it's not a Nigerian man's thing. but really it can ruin a marriage. I mean, if you're here and you have experience or you have experienced a relationship whereby the man is not romantic and it started affecting your relationship, or his love language is different from yours and it affected your relationship, you can request to join in and I'm going to invite you. Because a lot of us tend to look at, you see, when you live in a country where there is so much hardship, so much hunger, so much drama, you might begin to think that romance is not necessarily a relationship. If the man can pick up the bills, you're good. If you fall into that category, my advice is that you also get a man or a woman that equally falls into that same category. A woman that will value money over a bucket of roses. A woman that will value cash, human hair, over a love note on the pillow. People's love languages are different. You have to make out the time to know what your partner's love language is. Because if you don't, it's going to cause a lot of trouble. When I was dating Daddy Freeze, one of the reasons why I made up my mind to marry him was the fact that he was extremely romantic. Forget all this gra he does online. Daddy Freeze is extremely romantic. He can tell you 50 times a day how much he loves you. That's Daddy Freeze for you. He can tell you 10 times a day how his world revolves around you, how he can't do without you. Ah, babe, let me play this music. I know you like this music. Ah, babe, let me take you out on a ride. He will come, he will give you a peck, he will buy you flowers when you're not expecting it. Baba, that is my love language and I love it like that. I understand it. He makes me happy. So for some people, those are the things. I love going to the cinemas. I love holding hands, walking on the road, eating popcorn, going to watch a movie. That is my own love language. That is how I understand that a man loves me. He has my time. So if he was not that kind of a person, I would not be in this marriage with him. So imagine us doing all of these things while we were dating, walking on the streets, going to the cinema, going to the beach, you know. All these things I'm mentioning is not big money. It's just time, attention, paying attention to details, to the things that your partner likes, you know. So imagine us doing all of this while we were dating. Then as soon as we got married, everything stops. Just imagine. There will be trouble in paradise. Even if I might not show it or I might not fight, but I'm going to quarrel about it. I'm going to talk to him about it. I'm going to specifically ask that these are my ideas of being romantic. I'm not just going to say, babe, why are you not romantic? Babe, why are you not romantic? Because that is what we do most of the time. You tell your guy, why are you not romantic? You have to go beyond saying with your mouth, telling your guy with your mouth, why are you not romantic? You have to categorically list out those things you consider as being romantic. If you consider him taking you to the cinema as being romantic, tell him that, babe, I like being taken to the cinema. I want to go to the cinema with you. Babe, I want us to go and have a massage together. Babe, I would like you to buy me roses on my birthday. Babe, do you understand? If you do not open your mouth and tell your partner what you consider as being romantic, Baba, there is no way he's going to know. Another way you can let your partner know what you consider as being romantic is by showing him. If, for example, you believe that if your babe buys you a surprise cake, or he buys you let's say a surprise bottle of wine, and he comes back home and gives you a hug, you consider that as being romantic. Why don't you try doing that to your man? Buy him a bottle of wine or a bottle of beer, what you know he likes. Give him a hug randomly, peck him on the cheeks, let him know that these are the things you consider as being romantic. And you'll see that by the time you do this repeatedly to him, over time, he will learn to reciprocate. That's life. Garbage in, garbage out. But don't get me wrong, he might not reciprocate because some people are stuck in their ways. Some men grew up in a home where their parents were not romantic at all. They grew up in a home where their dad tells them, hey, you have to be a man, you don't have to show emotions. If you show emotions, it means you are a sissy, you are a woman. So some men grew up in that environment. So if you're trying to break that kind of a man, because you love romance now, but this guy is not romantic, and you want him to be romantic, you go teach him. You go teach him. You have to teach him how to be romantic. So you have to start showing him that these are the things you consider as romantic by doing it to him. When you start doing it to him, then he might reciprocate. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it is what you give that you get. In most cases, we have some extreme cases whereby you give and you give and you give and you don't get anything in return. But in most cases, when you teach someone by showing them what you want, in most cases, not in all cases, in most cases, they learn to reciprocate. Another thing I would recommend, because you know me, I'm a romantic person. I don't know about you. If you're a romantic person and your husband, your guy, your bobo is frustrating you with his okoro ways, he's not romantic, he's not showing you love, and you want him to, I will suggest patience. If you're trying to crack him, you're trying to turn this okoro, this hard man, you're trying to soften him up a bit, you have to be patient. You can't just start teaching him how you want him to be, how you want him to be romantic with you, and you expect him to change overnight. It doesn't happen. You have to be patient. Otikole ni, otikolola, wanisimi. You will be patient. You will wait for him. You wait for him, because to teach an old dog new tricks is not easy. Somebody is already old. He's not a child that you're trying to teach how to have empathy. This is a full-grown AF man, and you're trying to teach him something he's not used to. You have to learn patience. You have to encourage him. And you have to appreciate little gestures of romance. Somebody that is not romantic at all in his life wakes up one morning and decides to give you a glass of juice. You're in your room sitting down or you're watching TV, and then he comes out of the kitchen with a glass of juice and he says, babe, this is for you. Something he has never done before. You appreciate. You make him understand that, I appreciate you. Thank you, darling. You got me a glass of orange juice. Hey, darling. You know, it is something he has never done before. This is a man that 24/7, you're the one serving him, you give him food, you give him water, you are the one that you do everything. He doesn't know how to hug, he doesn't kiss, he's just gym. When people are there, just gym. He finishes, he turns over and he sleeps. Now, he's giving you a glass of orange juice. That is a step in the right direction. So you have to encourage him, give him a hug, kiss him, smile and say, darling, thank you. You got me this juice. Thank you. You know? So you appreciate little gestures of romance from him, because this is not something he's used to. This is not something he understands. It is not his love language. He is just trying to speak your own love language. He's just trying to make you see that he loves you. He might not show you he loves you in the language that you understand, but he's trying his best. So encourage him. Little gestures, encourage him. Don't say, wow, now this orange juice, only the whole of this month, can you imagine? This is somebody, imagine, I booked a spa session for him. I took him to Barracuda to eat fish. I took him here. I bought him a pair of suits. I bought him Hennessy. I massaged him. I did this, I did that. All he could do for me for the whole past 1 month is just this one glass of juice. Pick biko, rapogodu. What's that? Is that what your mates are doing? Baba, that man is going to coil back into his shell. He's going to coil back into his shell because he's only trying to speak your love language. He's not a romantic person. His idea of romance is at the end of the month, he cuts out the check and gives you money for feeding, maybe light bill, or whatever it is your agreement with him is, and that's where it ends. If he comes home, you serve him his meal, he looks at you and he says, babe, good night, good night, kachifo. Obo, odaro. He goes. The next morning, he wears his clothes, off he goes to work, off you go to work. That is what he understands. Then Olo Abani, Uneme, Jim. Okawasa. That's it. That's the only thing he understands. Now, this man is trying to come out of his shell and he's trying to say, yeah, that's true. So you have to encourage him. You understand what I'm saying? It is not easy to be a romantic and be dating a man that is not. You have to understand his love language. And because he is not romantic with you in the marriage, doesn't mean he's seeing somebody else outside. It doesn't mean, in most cases, I'm not going to generalize, because in some cases it is extreme. Like the lady that told me she was thinking of filing for a divorce. How does she get a divorce? That she's been frustrated 3 years into the marriage. The husband has changed drastically. He used to... So I asked her a lot of questions. Is this guy undergoing financial challenges? Sometimes some men are going through so much. And because you do not have an open communication, as a wife, you do not communicate with your husband. As a husband, you do not tell your wife the things that you are going through. So they don't understand how those things are affecting your moods. They don't understand how those things are affecting your relationship because you are not sharing, you are not open. So over the years, the man begins to withdraw into his own shell based on all the challenges that he is going through, financially and otherwise, that the wife is not even aware of. She might even start thinking, like in that lady's case, that you're seeing other people and she's being left alone. She's married but alone in the marriage. So a lot is going on here. As a couple, you need to let each other know what your love language is. Begin to understand it. Closed mouth, they say closed mouths don't get fed. So if your lips are closed, your partner doesn't know what you're going through. How is she going to know that she is not the problem? How is she going to know that your relationship is not the problem? How is she supposed to know that you still have feelings for her? But because of the challenges you're going through, you are unable to show those feelings. You're unable to be romantic with her. So more open communication is needed. It is not everything about relationship, every bad thing that happens in a relationship that should lead to a divorce. It is not, unless you're not being honest with yourself. Your husband is not romantic, there are ways you should go about it. I know it can be very frustrating. It can be, especially if he was romantic while you guys were dating. It can become very frustrating. But if he wasn't romantic while you guys were dating, why would you expect him to wake up one morning inside the marriage and become romantic? How? How do you expect that to happen? It's never going to happen. But what is most frustrating is when the man was extremely romantic in the relationship, or during courtship he was romantic. Now in the marriage, everything is Jim. Just do, and let's sleep. In the morning he gets up. Babe, good morning, I'm off to work. Okay, see you later in the evening. And it continues like that, year in, year out. No communication. You don't know what is going on in his head. You don't know what stress he's going through. You don't know why the sudden change. You don't know if it's work related, if it's finances related. You just assume it's a woman, or you just assume that he has fallen out of love with you. That is wrong. That is so wrong. Please make out time to communicate with your partner. Find out why he's no longer romantic. Let him know exactly what you consider as romance. For me, Daddy Freeze knows what I consider as romance. If he doesn't hug me every day, if he doesn't kiss me every day, if he doesn't play with me, I'll just feel something is wrong. Do you understand? That is the person I married. That is the person that I married. So if I notice that over a long period of time, he's not doing all of those things, something must be wrong. Something is fundamentally wrong. It is either that he's stressed at work, or he's stressed, something is going on in his life, and you need to probe. Sometimes you have to ask, what is the problem? Let him speak. And if there isn't any problem, it's just that he or she doesn't understand your love language, he doesn't understand what you understand as being romantic, then you have to spell it out to him nicely but clearly. Babe, let's go for a swim. Let's go for a walk. Hold my hands. Let's go for a stroll. Let's go have some ice cream. Let's go watch a movie in the cinema. You have to be specific. Babe, when it's my birthday, please, I would like a bucket of roses. Be specific. I'm not telling you to make demands that his pocket cannot afford. Romance doesn't have to be monetary. Romance doesn't always have to be money. It can be butterfly kisses 1 million times a day. It can be a bear hug. It can be just cuddling and watching TV. It can be holding each other and reading a book aloud. Romance doesn't always have to be monetary. Here in Nigeria, there's this trend that was going on. Sending girls bouquet of money bouquet. They wrap money, whether naira or dollars, they wrap it in the form of roses. They make a bouquet and then they send it to girls. They say that is romance. I find that repulsive. I mean, why would you degrade the naira? Why would you degrade the dollar because you want to give it to somebody? You can write a check to that person. You can even put the whole bundle of cash in an envelope and give it to that person and still send a bouquet of roses. Do you understand? You don't have to devalue the naira or degrade it by rolling it and rolling dollars and you say you're being... So, like I said, love language. That is definitely not my love language. While light, if you demand, you give me bouquet, money bouquet, I'm not going to collect them. I'm going to see you like somebody that is really crass. Like, seriously? I'm sorry, but you are uneducated. You are not exposed in any way. Why would you roll money into a bouquet and then send it to me? Oh, wow. Write me a check. Do a transfer. Send me my flowers. Why must you turn money into flowers? Like, seriously? Nah, that's not for me. So find out what your partner's love language is and speak that language to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Teresa Isaiah said, a lot of African men show a lot of affection and being romantic at the beginning. Then when they are seeking for their wives, but after the marriage, they stop being romantic. No. I go out and I see a white old couple holding hands so they don't fall. I usually pause and watch them with admiration. So she said that whenever she's taking a walk and she sees a white married couple holding hands and taking a walk, and you see one supporting the other so they don't fall, that she stops and she just admires them. Tessie, I understand exactly what you're saying. It is beautiful to watch. I have seen a couple of skits like that watching old white couples take walks, or sitting on the bench in the park, leaning on each other, reading to reading to one another. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. It is a beautiful thing to watch. And here in Nigeria, really, we should encourage that. Romance doesn't have to be monetary. Not be everything the money. Hey, this guy sent me a bouquet of roses, so that means he's romantic. Come on. It doesn't always have to be monetary. Understand your partner's love language and speak that love language to them. Hello. If you're watching me on YouTube, yeah, I can't read your comments. It's a bit far from me. Is romance for the very... No, now. Ijoma on YouTube, he said romance is for the very privileged. I don't agree with that. Is romance for the very privileged? Just being thought-provocating, no? No. Romance is not for the very privileged. Romance is for everybody and anybody that has a romantic relationship. If you are in a romantic relationship and you have someone you care about, it is your responsibility as a partner in that relationship to show affection. Do you understand? It's not. You don't have to be privileged, and that is what I'm still saying. You don't have to have money to show romance. How much does it cost to kiss a girl? How much does it cost to hug somebody you are in love with? How much does it cost to snuggle in each other's arms? How much does it cost to hold hands and take a walk? It doesn't cost anything. I don't know what is happening to my Instagram. I'm unable to invite anyone to join. It's just, I'm unable. I click on accept, but it's just not working. I think it's the network. So romance is not for the privileged, my dear. It's just our responsibility. If you're in a relationship, you owe it to your partner to show them that you care. The network is so bad. The network is so bad that it freezes. It's terrible. Like I'm struggling to bring you on. I can't even bring anybody on. I can't. I don't know what's happening. So that it freezes. The topic is handling an unromantic man. How do you deal? How do you coping with an unromantic man in a relationship? It can be very stressful, especially if he's not speaking your love language. It can be confusing at a point. You might start thinking he doesn't have feelings for you. You might start thinking he's cheating on you. You might start feeling that whatever it was he felt for you before the marriage no longer exists. So how you handle it is crucial in sustaining that relationship, especially if that relationship has been upgraded to the marriage or the marital status. How you handle that unromantic situation can be very dicey, especially if one of the partners happens to be romantic. Me, I was telling them that one of the reasons why I married you, now, is because you were extremely romantic. Forget all the gra when you do for social media. That the freeze can kiss me like 20 times a day. He can hug me like, in fact, he's more romantic than I am. But I enjoy it because that's one of the reasons why I married him. So imagine if he wakes up one morning and he stops doing all of those things. I'm going to start thinking that, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? Is there somebody else? Doesn't he love me anymore? So it can send conflicting signals to your partner. Us here in Nigeria, all we think about is monetary, money. Oh, money. Sometimes the money is there, but if this person doesn't show you that they still have those butterflies in them for you, Baba, now one day something they'll start moving away from the relationship, believing that Baba mind don't shift, they're there again. So how do you advise women to handle this in a relationship? Unromantic men.
you see, when you get married, the reality of marriage sets in, and it usually is a romance killer.
Mm-hmm.
Reality of marriage is a romance killer.
Yeah.
It kills romance. You have to be a top G to be able to rekindle the romance after the responsibility of marriage sets in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll explain this to you. I'll explain to you why. You see, a lot of people don't understand the responsibility of marriage. So they think, you know what? We'll just get married and things will continue. You're going to lose your freedom when you get married.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't lose your personal freedom, you will lose the financial freedom. Because you want to go to the beer parlor, but you're not going to go to the beer parlor and dance and they'll give you beer. You're going to have to pay for beer. So sometimes your wife will say, yeah, go and meet your friends at the beer parlor, but you don't have money. So you can't even cook. So when you get into a relationship, you have to pay rent. Every month, once month don't they end like this, my house will be because they pay light bill, service charge, school fees. I don't know if I'm making sense to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It is a constant evolution of bills, and they're frustrating. And it never gets better. Children are young, they're needy. As they grow up, they get more needy. They don't get less needy.
Money,
When they
yeah.
get to university, they even get more needy. We're having a conversation. I was talking to some parents today, and most of us that have children in university spend about 100K a month as allowance. It's not just what the children eat in a month, especially if your kids are in private school. 100K a month. So if you are earning 500,000 in a month, you can't see children through university struggle with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't see children through private university, it will be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things are romance killers. Money is the number one romance killer because a man who, a friend of mine one day used to say this thing. He said, if you don't get money, something don't go stand.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't have money, and many men are wired like that, once they check their bank account and there's no money, there's no romance. Finish. Because he will tell you that the time he's supposed to use to chase money, he will now be using it to chase the woman that is already in his house. No need. Everybody here is saying not even supposed to stand. All the men are here. All the men are giving me witness. True talk, house of gold. By the way, I'm just coming from my own life. House of gold bought me 23 money guns.
Woo!
Big shout out to House of Gold. Big shout out to Unapologetically Titan. I saw that here too. Big shout out to Unapologetically Titan. They dominated my money gun war, whatever it is we can call them. So thank you. So like what I was saying. So a man cannot be romantic when he's broke, especially when he has bills. Baba, rent they come next month. The rent now 800K, and for your whole allowance, for your whole salary, you get 320. How Jomo wants stand? How you want take stand? Where is it stand? Where money for rent never complete. You want to go buy ice cream. If any romance you want to do costs money.
No, DF, I disagree with you on that. Do you? That's what I'm saying. Not monetary now. It's not.
The petrol you put inside your car at a crucial time, it is going to cost you money.
Do you know just
So
hugging, kissing your partner, watching the movie together, even reading. You can cuddle and read, cuddling and reading, and just reaffirmation, like reaffirming to your partner that, look, babe, man, I don't have money. I don't have money, but I know things are going to get better. And you know I love you. All those sweet talk, you know I love you. See, when things better, you said good, no, I beg, leave me, I know, I don't want here, I don't want here, I don't want here. Still keep reaffirming. Still keep telling the babe, I love you, things will get better. It's not easy. I'm going through this stress. At least make she know say only she did. There is no other person that you are eyeing somewhere. Don't take her. You see, another thing a lot of Nigerian men do. I saw your DF. I don't know if it's just Nigerian men. A lot of men, when they are financially frustrated or things are not going the way they want in their career, they take it out on the woman they are dating or the woman they are married to. It shouldn't be that way. Yes, sometimes it's okay for you to lash out.
Somebody said you don't get money, you watch film.
Okay, no watch film, just hug. No watch film, just hug.
You see, Tastebudz, I understand where you are coming from.
No need to watch film, just hug.
I understand where you are coming from, but you see, men in Nigeria have not been schooled in this department.
That is the point. That is the point.
You don't get money if you watch film.
So, okay, don't watch a movie. Just hug the babe. Tell her sweet nothings. Tell her that tomorrow will be good. It's going to be better. Nigerian men don't know romance. That's just the problem. A lot of them. You're not in that category now. They try, so I can't complain. I'm only complaining for my sister sending me DM.
But I also need to understand the fact that I did check my bank account and it is okay. It gets where everything will just jail. To do anything will go hard. Sometimes as a Nigerian man, we're raised to be providers. So if you are not providing, you will receive as many people don't even catch you to watch the movie. Say, you not pay your rent that you are watching movie. We are wired to worry over things like that. But here's the advice they want giving you.
Sorry, DF. You remember the lady that was asking me for divorce advice? She wants to divorce her. The person asked her, why are you divorcing him? And she said the guy is no longer into her. That was what brought this whole argument. He's not into you. How? For 3 years, he no longer has your time. He doesn't even do the thing like he does before. She changes her hair repeatedly that the guy doesn't even notice. He doesn't take her out on a ride. They don't go out. They don't do anything together. It's just, babe, how are you, babe? I'm going out, babe. I'm back. So over the years, they started drifting apart. And the question I asked her is this. Have you sat down with your husband? Have you tried to find out what he is going through? Maybe it has nothing to do with both of them. Maybe it's his finances. Maybe it's his job. Maybe it is something. She's a young wife. I think from what she said, she's going to be 31. So I still consider her as young. She got married at, I think, 27. And they have one son. But the babe don't think of to waka. So sometimes you guys think that these things, a woman should understand, I'm going through this. Especially younger generation women, they don't understand these things people are saying. No. You're not communicating with them. You're not finding them attractive in their own understanding. You're not speaking their love language. As far as they are concerned, there is another woman there. Now say you get financial issues. Okay, if you have financial issues, are you discussing it with this woman? You see, communication is key. Some men are not telling their wives that, babe, these are the problems I have. This is why I cannot be myself. I am not myself. The wife does not know. As far as she's concerned, there's somebody out there. So you're speaking two different love languages. In your mind, you don't have money. You're going through issues. But in her own understanding, you are no longer into her. 31 years old woman, a young woman now. They are not so old. 31 is young. So if she don't think of to move, and I'm sure it's not my place to ask her, but if I investigate very well, another person don't do one corner, they tell her those things. So guys need to be careful, seriously. things are not going well for you, let your woman know that it's not because he's no longer into you, but stress, the stress you're under is much. So they can also understand, you know? So that the freeze, I beg, I don't understand. This one is saying that there's no money, he can't even buy data. To watch film, na data. To watch
You know what?
Netflix.
Let me just say something and then leave so you can bring in your guest. You got it 100% right. Little things you do when you are poor will ruin the marriage or relationship for you, and you will not be able to repair it
You
when
can't.
you are rich.
You can't. It's gone.
Women need time. Our parents were wired to be providers. Your papa no go watch movie if broke because you got to go school. Grandma from village need money. It's everything around money, money, money.
Money, money, money.
But you see, you can cut yourself some slack. You are not anybody's workhorse. Cut yourself some slack. Spend some time with this person that you are in this relationship with. In my relationship, we have made it a point of duty that we must watch a movie every night. If we can't watch a full movie, we watch a series, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we watch 2 episodes. We must spend time bonding every day because it is what the relation. You see, when you get old and you guys don't have what when you are young, when are going to sleep together on a good, when are going to do all those things. When you are 65 and you cannot do all those things again, woman don't enter menopause. The man too don't pause. The men don't pause. So, what are you going to be doing when you don't have a relationship? It's one of the reasons why I left my ex, or I filed for a divorce. When she filed for a judicial separation, I said no. I filed for a straight divorce because we are not friends. I will suffer by the time I'm 65, and we are not friends. We don't gist. We are not cool. You are suspicious of me. You get character issues. So what am I going to do with you at 65? 65 is far. At 55, Tastebudz and I are friends. We go to the store together. I'm a beer guy. She's a wine girl. She likes to drink wine. I like to drink beer. You understand? Wine can drink wine if it's sweet. So we bond over wine. We find things. You see, remember your old age and start preparing towards it when you're in your 20s.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And part of the things you need to prepare for is a wholesome relationship with someone you can no longer sleep with. Someone you don't have that crazy money to take them on crazy trips. Because you are now old and you are no longer functioning at your premium. To be able to watch movies will always be there. You should always be able to gist. Sometimes I just see funny things on my phone. I show to Tastebudz. Sometimes I talk to her about my sermons. Oh, this is what I'm going to preach next. You know. Sometimes I show her. She's here. Babe, this is how much I made today. In my market like I said. You understand? We talk about finances. Sometimes all she needs is reassurance. Because as she says, what? Dream one dream. Say, I follow one woman go. She don't go talk to me for like 3 days. Which time I get to follow any girl?
You are casting me. You are casting me, Abi.
So I don't think follow any woman go anywhere. So you see all those little time, all those little those time. I mean, how many days I don't they fuck on another this guy everywhere. That little time you guys are spending together is only. Let there be trust. If Tastebudz enters the room and I'm talking to a woman, she knows the woman. It's either from that Free Life or from Free Nation Church or from somebody from my former office or from my past.
Or somebody that needs financial assistance.
Or someone that needs financial assistance. There's nobody that I'm talking to, even down to people that most women will suspect their husband, people like Wowza, where everybody knows say that market Wowza be. Because everything I do in my life, I sit down with her, talk about like the
Sorry, DF.
It's not like I was
Sorry to cut you short. Sure, you were laughing at me and telling me I was being silly. Sean underscore Lee said his wife dreamt that on her birthday party that they were supposed to have in Malta, that he cheated on her. That was what she dreamt of. So, Baba, they ended up not doing any birthday party. They did not go to Malta. Birthday party cancelled.
Baba, you don't do me before. Neighbors will just wake up to you.
So,
I face up and down. Waiting happen.
so that one is Pro Max.
So what am I saying at the end of the day? Always involve them. Involve them in your finances. If you're woman, where did you cry for your money? And if you see money for collecting side, you know it. So first of all, be a good person.
Yeah.
Secondly, be accommodating to your spouse so that they can confide in you, because romance begins with talking.
Talking, being open, communication.
Talk.
Yeah.
Somebody called me today and gave me one inside gist. I was waiting for this one to come. She came upstairs, she was in the bathroom, showering. I was standing at the door, giving her the gist, downloading the gist. Saying, you hear this, you hear this, you hear this, you hear this. Always have someone you can, that is your conversation starter or your conversation partner.
Yeah.
That helps. You see, if you guys bond, if you are poor, you are okay.
I'm telling you, it's true.
It's frustrating, but it's better to be poor with your friend than be poor with somebody that you are shaping for in the background. I can't be that way. You understand? So that's my advice. As a man, one of the greatest gifts I have is I have two neighbors, Chris and Lai. The two of them are romance. They use romance shaping for the two of them. My neighbor will come home from my window. I can see his car. He and his wife will sit outside the car and talk for like 30 minutes. The car will be on. They are going inside their same house. It's not like they have 20 children. They have just 3 kids. They will sit down. You will, as in, my neighbor told me that when he drops his, he goes to pick his wife, he sits down behind her office. Sometimes he sends her a little gift. I just a train.
They are beautiful. Watching them is beautiful.
When you go to their pages, when you go to their Instagram pages, it's them and their wives. All you, I think it's so family oriented. There are 3 of us. My house and their houses. We are sandwiched together. Everything is family, as in romance. And my neighbor was not always well to do. He hit it big recently. Even when he didn't have so much, he was still the same loving. One day, I did my window in white, the reverse, go jam person photo. Me. I would not begin to shout. My neighbor just walked out, they smiled and said, are you okay? Oh, you okay? I'll get the car sorted, don't worry. I said, me. Everywhere could just scatter. But you know, when you are also surrounded with people who are romantic, we learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them does something with his wife, you two want to do the same thing with your wife. We rub minds. What are you doing this holiday? So when you are surrounded by romance, you will pick romance. When you are surrounded by oloshos, male and female, you will not have the only you can stand alone as an island with six after everyone will look at you as Chris. So those are my thoughts. Make sure, to me it works wonders. I sit down with my neighbors, sometimes my neighbor will come outside with his wife. He has one chair in front of his house. He'll just sit down there with his wife and he'll be gisting. Sometimes I go to them and say, you guys are one of my favorite couples. They will just sit there, they gist. How they want to say, why don't we say your first born is in secondary school? If you see one of them, you see the other one. So that's let me go this one. I talk too much. Bye.
We really enjoyed having you this evening, Daddy Freeze.
Hello, bro. Take care.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze. Thank you for joining us. Hello, my brother. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes, I can hear you.
the network. I don't know if it's from your end. I can't see you, like your visual, you're gone, but the network hasn't been too fantastic.
Yes, I can
Hello!
go now. I go ask question to DF now. Why you can't go now?
DF just left just now. There was even another person that just joined in, but I can't hear him.
I go ask some question. I
Uh,
go ask some how na take meet now.
oh,
Jesus.
DF just left.
Say na roadside he meet you or na where I been a party, I been a club, I been a where he meet you.
He just left
Because
now.
the one they see there, he get big mouth for woman. The way you go toast woman, we won't let I go say toast you.
Funny enough, he didn't. He didn't. We're just friends. We're just friends. More or less from the advertising aspect, because he was on the radio and my company used to do a lot of jingles. We used to do a lot of company adverts. So I needed their company to tell us how to go about putting in our radio jingles for our product. Because we had a yogurt company where we used to do different flavors of yogurt, banana, strawberry. And so we used to do a lot of radio jingles. You know, then you do jingles, promo, get free t-shirts and all that. So we wanted slots, and so it was like, you know what? Meet this person in the office. They should give you this time slot is better than this time slot. This time slot you get more. So that was more or less how we met. And then 2 years down the line, we started dating. So it's so different. The network is terrible. Oh my god. The network is terrible. Everybody's freezing. I'm unable to add anyone. I might have to take them out so that way.
So you guys were friends for 2 years.
Nearly before we knew that this is more than friendship, we should take it a notch higher. You know, so it was more like dating my friend, that knows everything about me.
Yeah.
So that way it's more intimate. You can't. You see, that's why I tell you, when you date your friend, he knows everything about you already, and you know everything about him. So there's no forming, there's no fake life. There is see finish. I know you, you know me. So what's there to hide or what's there to pretend? Huh?
So when he say oh yeah, now let's take it to relationship level now, did you say yes immediately or you do shakara small?
It was yes immediately. Oh. It was yes immediately because
You know you put the small shakara
no. No. I'm a very different kind of person. If I tell you no, voila, you can go to the moon, come back, it's still going to be no. I don't form. If I don't like you, I don't like you. There's nothing you want to say. My childhood friends, everybody that knows me knows me. If I like you, I can date you, they won't. If I know you're the person, that's it. And if you're not, there's nothing you want to say. There's no magic. It's just no. So that's it. That's how I am. You know, a lot of girls.
Were you actually like catching feelings before you even said it out?
A lot of people. Let me say it this way. A lot of people believe that if you want a guy to be serious with you, you have to play games. You have to first tell him no, then he'll go, he will come back, you tell him no, then after a while you tell him yes. But those things don't work, especially if the guy knows what he wants. If he just wants to hit and run, he can play that slow game with you for 5 years. And the day he hits, he will hit and he will still run. That's what I tell girls. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and know the person you are dealing with, and then know what you also want in that relationship. If you feel you want a serious relationship and you feel that this person doesn't have what it takes to give you that serious relationship, don't start it in the first place. Because something where you don't want chop, then they smell am. because mistakenly if you enter your mouth. So as a woman, I always tell people, know what you want in a relationship and go for it. If you feel this person doesn't have it, don't start it. Some women will know that the man doesn't really like them, but they believe that they can bend him, they can make him like them, or somewhere along the line, I'm going to make him like me. Those things don't work. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. There's nothing that's going to change it. If he just wants to hit and run, he's going to hit and run. Unless somewhere along the line he sees something different in you and decides to have a change of heart. Do you understand? So cut the crap, stop playing games, be truthful. Be truthful, just go, or I like you as a friend, but I can't date you. And if you like him, make him know that I really do like you, and I would like us to date, or this is what I want. Do you feel the same way about me? If the answer is no or yes, you hit it off. It's no, you go. People are different. I've always been very different. I've always been straightforward. Always been very stubborn. If I don't want something, I don't want it. Yeah. It's gonna take you to bring God down to convince me. So it was more like dating my friend. It was more like dating my friend. It was mutual. What I was feeling was what he was also feeling. So it was like we got there together. We just knew we were there. We were ready to take this relationship further. It was mutual. It was mutual. Because when you're into someone and someone is into you, the chemistry is such that you people are feeling the same thing almost at the same time. You're in sync. So it kind of flows. It's natural. It's easy. You don't force it. For me, it's the most beautiful kind of relationship when you date your friend. Someone they know you. They know you. They know you in your craziness, in your calmness, in your good times, in your bad times, and they accept you. No formings. They accept you like that. So it's a beautiful thing. There are too many lies out there. People are not real anymore. And that's why we're having too many breakups. People are not real. You come to me with a fake facade. I come to you with this fake impression of who I am not. Somewhere down the line, we discover who we truly are, and then we go our separate ways. Too many fake lies. So that is it on today's topic. The topic for today, what we were talking about was how do you cope with an unromantic man in a relationship? Coping with an unromantic man in a relationship. It can be very difficult, especially if one party is a romantic. Some people cannot do without romance. While some people don't care about that romance, man, as long as you cut that check, you just give them that check, baba, forget romance. So if you're in a relationship with someone that is not romantic and you're romantic, how do you make them understand your love language? Learn your love language and start loving you the way you want them to love you. Because all these things started with a lady had been advising, she wanted to get a divorce, she feels her husband is no longer into her, he used to be romantic, 3 years after the marriage, he's just a different person. So I got talking to her and I'm like, look, it's not every marriage be divorced. Maybe this man is going through things he's unable to tell you. Maybe what he's going through has nothing to do with you. You're just there believing there's a woman out there, he doesn't touch you, he doesn't do it. There are some kind of stress you'll be under. The last thing in your mind will be romance. So, but if the man is not opening up to tell the woman what is really going on, the relationship will strain to the point where she's now considering divorce. The man doesn't know. This is just her considering divorce and talking to a fellow woman. Oh, how do I go about it? Do you understand? And I just thought about discussing with DF. I said, DF, oh, this life now, wow. This woman don't they think divorce, but the man might never go there. But she's already thinking it. So there are so many reasons why our people's marriages hit the rock. And it can be avoided. So how do you deal? Do you understand? Not be everything be money. There's no money, but you are allowing it to ruin your relationship to the point where your woman believes there's somebody else. Do you understand? So Nigerian men are not wired to be romantic naturally, but they have to start understanding that the media has influenced us a lot. The media has changed a lot of things. The younger generation women are seeing marriage and relationship from a different perspective. So our men need to start understanding this love language and start speaking this love language. If not, a lot is going to go wrong. Do you understand?
Yeah, actually, it's both sides though. So we have some women that are not even romantic. There are some men that are not romantic. There are some women that are not romantic. So
Yeah,
if you meet a lady that is not romantic, all you need, this thing is all about communication. You know, you
absolutely.
guys need to communicate.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's all about communication and communication with body language and the things that when one is doing more, all you need to do is concentrate and learn from the other person.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
if I am romantic, maybe my way of being romantic is giving. I can buy you gifts. I can buy you maybe take you out on a date or whatever. So if you are not, because you should know that me doing that, I am making you happy. I am showing you how much I love you. I am making you happy. So at least do one or two things out of what I'm doing for you that will make me happy as well.
Mhm.
Then the whole thing, the whole relationship and everything will just go in balance. But if it is only one person that is doing it, the other person will actually feel like you don't even love him or her as much
Yeah.
as he or she does.
So it should be reciprocated.
Then they might kind of,
Reciprocated.
yeah, they might kind of just back up. They might just back off.
Yeah.
Because they will just get tired. Because if I'm the one keep giving, if I'm the one keep giving, and you are not responding, you are not even learning from it. Sometimes I stylishly communicate about it, and you don't even. Let's assume, let's cite some examples. Now I'm the one even buying you gift and all that, but you go out, you bought a lot of things for yourself and nothing for me. Nothing for me. Oh, babe, I went to the mall and I saw this. I bought this bag. I bought this bag. Come on, even handkerchief. You can't remember me to buy. What?
Mhm. It should be
Even
reciprocated.
toothpaste. Buy me. I come and give it. Just say, babe, I bought you toothpaste too.
Yeah.
And just take me out. Just say, okay, babe, do you know what? We'll be doing all this at home and all. Do you know what? Let me spoil you today. I want to take you out on a date. You know, when a woman takes a man on a date, do you know how much? Do you know the kind of feeling? You feel
Yeah.
like, oh my God, my woman loved me so much.
Yeah.
And you will even narrate the story to every friend around him. He will be so proud of you.
Sorry, Ivy, how
That's
are you
what he said.
doing?
Yeah. The same way men taking women out and is sweeting them. We too, we want it to. I don't
Yeah,
know why you women are hanging us around. Just hang
absolutely.
us somewhere. Like, I, I, I've never even seen any woman taking me out in my life. Say, woman never take me out before.
Oh, Dan, let me just ask you something.
Yes.
You talked
Yeah.
about buying gifts, buying gifts. The thing is, like you said, it's about communication. What if the gifts you buy the woman, it doesn't mean anything to her?
Love language.
You can't assume that because you're buying her gifts, that means you're showing her love. I'm
No, no,
actually
no,
buying
no, no.
something that is,
No. Gifts before you buy gifts, actually, love gift is not love. Gift does not represent love. It's just part of it.
okay.
Yeah, it's just part of it. But if you are buying gift for somebody, you know, this is my friend, this is my wife, and
Yeah.
Love them the way they want to be loved.
But we're not buying that gift. Most of the time, we don't buy gift for you to buy your love. We're actually doing it because we just make you happy.
But it doesn't make me happy. How is it making me happy if your gifts are not making me happy?
You're not sad. Are you sad before I left the house? You're not sad. We're all okay. Yeah, we're all okay. We are not with each other. No, the reason why I'm saying that is she said that one is romantic than another. That's the topic. One is romantic than another. So I said, if one is buying more gifts, then the other person must learn from there. That one day now a man is buying you a gift, buying you things, giving you things, showing you how much he loves you, or show how romantic he is to you. And
I
you're
buy
not
these gifts that I don't want. You're saying you're mad. I buy me gift I don't want.
no gift, romance. Gift is just part of it now. Now the gift you want.
It's the thing now. This is the thing with men generally. You guys don't actually listen to women. Right now, I'm telling you that this gift you're buying me now is not what I want. But you're not even listening to me. You see where there's a problem?
On this life, I can't mention some certain things.
When I explain what I'm saying, let me explain where I'm coming from. I'm married to somebody that's very unromantic, but before we got married, he was the most romantic person ever. I asked him this question one day. I'm like, well, before we got married, you used to do the most, like Valentine's Day, you do everything, birthdays, you do everything. And he's like, now, that was the chase now. Now you're in the house, I bet, what's the point?
Oh my God.
That's what he actually told me. Now, what I do personally is, I don't sit around and waiting for him to be taking me out or, spoiling me or being romantic. I'm very romantic. I know Tastebudz is very romantic too. I know that personally I do. And I'm a very romantic person, but I'm not married to a romantic person. What I do is, if it's my birthday in 2 months, from today, I'm like, I want gifts, so I'm not here to you. I don't like that. Was you. You don't want gifts. Me, I want gifts. I will tell you, sing it, say it.
Mention it. Be specific.
For Valentine's Day.
Tell them what you
How
want.
far? What are we doing for Valentine's Day? Are we going out? Are we spending the night at the hotel? Are we having dinner? What are we? I will keep saying it until he's tired of hearing it. When it's like our anniversary, I'm like, we're buying gifts, right? We're buying gifts, so I will keep reminding him until he's tired of hearing it. I like PDA a lot. So if we go out, I won't wait for him to start putting his hands on my waist or anything. We can be out and I'll just kiss him. Concern me. Like, I have to teach him.
Your love language. Your love language.
Because something I like is something that he doesn't know how to do. And I got tired of waiting around. Like, sometimes I'll be a movie on Netflix, and Nigerian movie will come on Netflix. I won't watch it. I'll wait for him until he's available. And he's like, oh, I'm busy. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. The day that he's available, I'll say, yeah, let's watch. You see, children will go to bed. I will sit down and watch our movie together. It makes me happy. So why would they be waiting for him to take initiative to be romantic when he's not a romantic person? Do you understand? So the thing is, I've said it a million times that, oh, me, I like gifts, so, oh, me, I like, but he doesn't hear me, right? So I'm like, okay, since you know they hear me, I'm going to be very, like, I'll be like, there's a movie coming out, oh, we'll go and watch this movie when it comes out. I won't wait for someone to take my time and say, oh, do you want to go to the cinema? Because it won't happen. So after a while, when I kept doing these things, I now noticed that he now got the message. Like, I actually booked trips. I'm like, oh, let's go to Toronto, let's go here. Usually, he'd be like, for what? I beg, no, this is going for something else. And then after when he'd be like, when we actually eventually go, he'd be like, oh, thank you for actually, suggesting
Making me
I
go.
really had fun.
Oh.
And then next time when I bring up the topic, it will be like, he will actually like it as well. So for me personally, I know what she's talking about. Like, I've been saying I want to join this life because this is my life. But it wasn't something that happened initially when we were married. I was like frustrated for the first year. I was unhappy. And I was like, what is this? Like, this person just doesn't care. This person just doesn't stand. But I'm very communicative. So I started asking questions. I'm like, why don't you like, oh, I didn't think about it. Why don't you do this? Oh, it's not a big deal. But his birthday, if you don't buy him anything, he doesn't care. For me, I care. So for his birthday, I'll buy him something. I'll be like, buy for me too. Every year, I have to remind her, say, see, I don't want to hear story.
You're intentional. You're being intentional. That's how to go about it.
Because this is what makes me happy. happy, right?
Happy,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just realized that if you don't do it this way, you don't be happy and frustrated for no reason.
Yeah.
Because in other aspects of our marriage, we're very fine. We gist, we talk, we're friends, everything. But this is the only one that I'm like, God, I wish that he can be more romantic. But right now, he has even sent me flowers before. Like, I was so shocked. But the times I saw flowers, I said,
You never forgot your birthday, right?
no, you can't forget my birthday.
Because she reminds him before it's
I want to celebrate on my birthday. I want all the works, everything to be done for me on my birthday. But he's not that kind of person. So I need to remind him consistently. Do you understand? Like, he actually got me flowers. On Valentine's Day, he wasn't even here. He was like in Nigeria and I was here. And then he sent flowers to the house. There was the bell rang. I opened the door. Flowers. I almost fainted. Like, you sent me flowers. He would not have done that in the past, right? So that's just it. And then I don't blame him because that's how Tastebudz say that sometimes like upbringing, personality, and then I noticed that Tastebudz said, sometimes when men are acting a certain way, there's something wrong.
yes.
Like sometimes he will be very skipper at home or something. I'll take him to them and say, are you okay? I won't answer, I won't respond, I don't say, are you okay? You might be like, oh, no, so and so is going on. Do you understand? So all these things is you have to be intentional and you have to realize that it's not magic, it's not a fairy. Like you actually have to work for these things.
You
get
have
the happy
to.
ending you want because it's not going to fall on your
It's
lap.
not going to fall on your lap. Thank
So
you,
you have to
Ivy.
understand.
Yeah. Oh, this is Ivy. Just in case you guys don't know her, she is my friend. We went to secondary school together. We went to university together. I knew when she got married.
Romantic girl, like I love her so much. Like, she's such a romantic.
Yes.
She's the sweetest person. Trust me. So it's not about social media or anything. She's the sweetest person ever.
Oh.
I've known her from secondary school, from uni, and she knows that I love her so much. And she's making out blush.
I am. You know, I haven't spoken to her. I haven't spoken to Ivy like 20.
People are not what they seem to be, right?
Yeah.
But she is who you see her to be. Oh, thank you. So you like my glasses. She's who you see. You see who you see right now. This is who she is. She's genuine. She's real. And she's unique. And I love her so much.
Thank you, Ivy. I haven't spoken to Ivy in 20-something years. Ivy's almost 20-something years now. We haven't spoken. It's about 20-something years.
Yes, I say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said before your husband got married to you, he was doing all those things.
My goodness, I couldn't believe it. It was like, I mean,
After marriage, he stopped.
thing is that before him, I have not met anybody that was doing all that. He used to do the most. So I was so swept off my feet, like, man, this is it. Like, and they were not married, and they was like, Mama and Papa.
Sometimes we men we think when we're pursuing that woman,
Yeah, stop me.
Say hi to him. No. No. Retirement is not allowed. Retirement is not allowed. You have to continue. You have to continue. No.
So in a year, if we're doing it for you every week, we have to pay for like two times a year.
Once a month at least. Once a month. Once a month. Yes. have to listen to them and know what they want from you in particular. Some women don't even want your gift. They want you to spend time with them, quality time. Just sitting down and gisting. Sitting down and gisting with them is all they want. I'm telling you, that's what they want. Watch a movie with them. Some women have all these gifts you're giving to them. They have it. They don't need it.
Let's joke apart. All women want from a man is attention.
Yes, attention.
All women want.
Let them know you see them. Let them know you are listening to them. Let them know you are seeing them, the matter, they are present.
Let them know that you involve them in your heart.
Yeah.
Anything you do, you remember them. Even though you don't have to call all the time, if you are calling maybe 3-4 times, do more of texting. Text her, babe, Alpha, are you okay? Alpha, that stuff I told you to do.
I'm really enjoying this conversation, but our time is up.
Do you know that you can be texting somebody and make that person honey? You know that, right? Yes.
Our time is up. Our time is up. So we're gonna have to continue this next week.
But if you have a good relationship, if you have a healthy relationship, texting your spouse every 3-4 times a day is not unusual.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was working in some office and my husband would call me, they would not ask me, did you leave him at home? They used to wonder why he was calling me that one. Like, coming from the same house now come watch this one.
Yeah. It just means you have a strong bond. You have a strong bond.
Yeah, exactly. It's normal. So it's not special to. Yeah. It's normal. It's expected that you would check on your spouse and see what they're doing and do the thing.
All of these guys will do this comment section. On another romantic goal.
Don't mind the Nigerian men. Thank you so much, IB, for coming. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us. Yeah, we're going to continue next week because this topic is so interesting. Yeah. Bye-bye, IB. So thank you so much for joining. My time is up. We're going to continue next week. So do have a lovely evening. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Facebook family. Thank you, YouTube family. Thank you, Instagram. And those of you that joined on YouTube, Facebook, and YouTube, please remember I have superstars on YouTube. There's superstars on YouTube. If you enjoy this program, feel free to buy me superstars on YouTube. That is the way you get to support this channel, support this program, and let me know you enjoyed it. It's called Superstars on YouTube. I forgot to even mention it throughout the program, by Superstars on YouTube. So you can buy Superstars on YouTube if you enjoyed this program. So see you next week, Saturday, late night Saturday. And this is Life Journey with Benedicta. We are going to be having a similar discussion next week. So come along. Bye.